Hello and welcome to Stampin' Up with Sabrina. I'm going to be showing you today how to make this sort of like a tea bag holder for one of these chocolates. I don't even know how to pronounce the name of these. I don't even want to try. But these are wonderful chocolates and I got a box of them, and so I'm going to show you how you can make one of these. It's like a tea bag holder with a few modifications, and it makes a great favor for a Christmas meal or a Christmas party or whatever party. And it stands there and you can just write their name on, or if you have alphabet stamps you can stamp their name on. So I'm going to show you how to make this. This part just slides right off and you open it up and there is the chocolate inside. Okay, so let's get our stuff together here, and we are going to use a piece of cardstock that measures 8 inches by 8 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and we need a 1-inch circle punched out of white whisper white, and we need a 1.5 inch punched out of whatever color cardstock you're using. This happens to be pistachio pudding. And I haven't decided on this one here. I used the white ink to stamp the snowflakes all over it from the Endless Wishes stamp set. But I decided I may want to, because I want to keep it all in the same colors, I may stamp brown on the green rather than on the pistachio, rather than using the pistachio ink. So I'm going to use the baked brown sugar, and I don't know about you, but I like to put a piece of scrap paper underneath what I'm stamping, and I always take the large stamp first to make my pattern, and I just stamp it all over the place. Oops, I pressed a little too hard there. Okay, and just make a random pattern. Oh, it's my thumb. I got ink on my thumb. I'm like, where did that ink come from? So we're just going to do that. Okay, clean that a little later. Put that aside for now. And then I'm going to get out the little snowflake stamp. And just randomly put that in between. The brown comes out a little darker on the pistachio. The baked brown sugar comes out a little darker on the pistachio. And I keep getting my block. Still waiting for my Stampin' Up clear blocks. Okay, so there is the pattern, and I have ink all over me. My goodness. I think that's because these new pads are pretty juicy. Okay. So, oh right, I forgot. And then on this 1-inch circle, you're going to take that large snowflake. It's not the... You're going to take the large snowflake and you're going to stamp it on there as well. kind of center it the best you can. That's the one nice thing about the photopolymer stamps is you can see right through, and I was a little off. But there you go. So that's stamped, and then this will go on top like so. So I will put this aside and clean those stamps a little later. Then you're going to need your Simply Score tool, and of course I don't have mine yet, so forgive me for using another one. And you're going to take your 8 inches, and we're only going to be scoring in one direction on this piece, so you need to have your 8 inches going across the top, and you're going to go score at 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and then at 4 inches and 4 1/2 inches and 6 3/4 inches. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. That's 2 1/4, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, and 6 3/4. Okay, and then on these two corners here, you're going to take your corner rounder, and again, I don't have mine from Stampin' Up yet. You're going to round those two corners. Okay, and that's it. There's not going to be any cutting involved in this. And what we're going to do is we are going to fold from the this is the flat part, okay? So from the other end, we're going to fold it that way. Then we're going to fold it this way. And then we're going to fold it that way. So we're kind of doing an accordion until with this next one, we're going to fold it the same way again. Okay, where we have that 1/4 inch in the center of all our scoring. Okay. And I'm just going to go from the other end now. Just makes it a little easier for this. And then we're going to fold it that way. Okay. So when you're done, it should look like this. Okay. And then we're going to fold over our flap. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take some sticky tape, and I don't have any yet, so I'm going to be using my Fast Fuse, and on the first, between the first two score lines on either end, you're going to put some adhesive. Okay. Didn't do that very well. Not used to using one of these things. So, okay, and then you're just going to fold it over. And then you're going to do the same thing here. Okay, so you end up, it's going to end up looking like this now. Okay, I should hold that up closer to you so you can see it. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your chocolate and you're going to put it in there, in between those two, that 1/4 inch part there, and you're going to fold this over. Then you're going to take your chevron ribbon, and I forgot what color it is because it's not pistachio. I didn't write it down. Anyway, it's the only green chevron ribbon that Stampin' Up! Has. And you're going to wrap it around like this. And then you're going to take either some white baker's twine or some linen thread. And I don't have either of those yet, so I'm just using some white embroidery thread. And I'm going to wrap it around the ribbon at the top there. And I'm going to tie a nice tight knot. And then I'm going to get this bell. Stampin' Up! Doesn't have these bells, but I just picked a package up at the dollar store. And then I'm going to tie that on. And then I'm going to tie a bow. Okay, and then you want to make sure that this is snug, so you can kind of pull it apart a bit like that. And see how nicely it stands. If you have problems with your standing, you could just bring this out a little bit towards the back and it'll stand. But normally there's no problem with that. And then just cut off the bit of baker's twine or linen thread. And then cut your ribbon at the top here. Okay, and then all we have left to do now is you can take one of the Stampin' Up! Stampin' Right pens, and of course since I used pistachio pudding and baked brown sugar, those would be the ideal pens to use. The only one I have right now is the Bravo Burgundy, there we go. And one end has a nice brush end, and that's for your stamps. And this other end is a nice end to write something on. So if you're using this as a name plate or a place tag, you can write their name on. So I'm just going to write a name on here. And then I'm going to take a dimensional on the back here, and I'm going to center it in the circle. Okay, and then I'm just going to go on the back of this. I'm going to have, I have to keep in mind that this is the top and this is the bottom, so I'm going to put some fast fuse on because that works really well on the ribbon. Okay, and I didn't get it on in the right direction. Okay, that means it's going to stick on the box. And we just stick that on there. And it'll come off with the ribbon that way. See? And it holds the chocolate really well. It doesn't fall out unless you really, shake it out. So there you go. We have two cute little tea bag type little nameplates with a chocolate Favour in for a dinner party or some sort of a party that you might have. So thank you so much for joining me. Have fun making yours, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.